Hey bitches, I'm at the airport. I'll get to that in a second. But that'll explain why I'm talking in hushed tones. It's pretty busy. I made notes this time. Common smell of strippers. It's horrible lighting. Shit. I think... I'm trying to think. Common smell. Definitely something I noticed in Nebraska. But I don't necessarily know that it's specific to Nebraska because that's the only place where I got dances and shit where I would have actually smelled. And I think it was enough to make me be like, nah. So maybe it's only Nebraska strippers. But yeah. So there's always a baby powder type thing involved. Or scented baby powder. But it has a similar thing to it, I guess. I'm looking at my notes there. I have no advice for you, Angela. Sounds like you're doing the right thing. Hopefully you really can. Just stop. Just forget about the douchebag. Sister, you totally misunderstood. I was definitely not saying that you, or Angie even, were the type of girl who would, sit around pining away to get married and have kids. Angela, and you also didn't seem like the type of girl who would do this, but there's so many girls that are like, why is this guy such a... In fact, just yesterday I was talking to somebody that I work with. Why is this guy such a douchebag? Oh, God, I hate him. Oh, there he is. I'm going to go talk. Just run back to him. You're not that way. So you're already doing the right thing. I was really thinking about it. I realized I don't have the capacity to understand the motivations of such a person because it's too far out of the realm of myself and how I've been and even how all my friends have been. Sure, guys can be dicks and can maybe string you along or something. That's not exactly what he did, but he was... Oh, somebody's sitting down right next to me. It's awkward. If I were a betting man, I would say the whole display of whatever he did in front of you was either him explicitly doing it in front of you so you could, react to it, which is what you assume and what women always assume. That could be the case, but more likely he's just fucking stupid. And he's like, I'm done with that girl and I'm going to go talk to this girl. Guys don't really... Lindsay is the worst, and Angie, you might see this. And girls like this that construct this extremely complex, extremely detailed plot that you think the guy has in all of his interactions or text messages or whatever with you, and it's probably never the case, ever the case that the guy is going through that in their mind. Adam's apple. Now I've gained some weight so you can't see as well. But especially when I was skinnier, sister, I had the largest Adam's apple ever. In fact, on profile, I looked like such a good... Oh, she's back again. She's right there again. So I wouldn't worry about it. But you are a man, for what it's worth. And finally, why am I in the airport? I'm headed to Chicago for Luke's, I won't use last names, bachelor party. For which, by the way, Ange, I don't know if you know this, but I am now the best man. Andrea made him pick one. So I think he drew my name out of a hat. Which is good because I didn't have to plan shit or pay for all of this or anything, except for my own way. But I brought some fun things, stupid hat to make him wear and whatnot. And I made this list of things he has to do throughout the night. I'll read you a few to get an idea. And this is going to be pretty tame. He's not a strip club guy, so I don't think we're going to do anything like that. He has to buy a drink for a female stranger. Should have been a little bit more elaborate, but he has to buy a drink for a female. He has to buy a drink for a male. He has to... Oh, this is very Luke specific. He has to argue with a Cubs fan about how much the Cubs suck. He has to do a shot with a cougar. He has to get a married woman's phone number. That's at the bottom of the list. Those are the more challenging ones. Do a belly dance on a chair or on the bar without getting kicked out. Those are the tough ones. I don't expect him to necessarily do all those. tell a group of females you're a virgin before marriage. I didn't word that as I wanted to, but whatever. Oh, this one's similar. Oh, I didn't realize this was so similar. He has to tie up his shirt in like belly shirt style and wear it that way for 10 minutes. Pretend not to speak English for 5 minutes to a group of strangers. Things like that. So, that's as wild as we're going to get. That and drinking copious amounts of alcohol, which, by the way, luckily I've had time to recover. But at lunch I had 2 micro pitchers of beer, which ended up being 64 ounces. So I was like 2/3 in the bag around lunchtime today. I got myself a 5-hour energy drink. I'm about to go get some caffeine. I'm going to get into Chicago about 9:10. Meet up with the boys wherever they are. I'm told we're going to go till the bars close, which I think is 4 in Chicago. And we're going to a Cubs game tomorrow, and probably out again. And I'm on an 11:50 a.m. flight on Sunday. So it'll be a whirlwind. But it's not going to be too crazy. Well, other than the being silly and drinking a lot. I don't think we're going to end up with like a dead hooker in the river or something. But wouldn't that be a story? Wouldn't that be a story? So I have duct tape on my shoe, holding it together.